guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video I have a very exciting eyeshadow palette to share with you guys. I've got the new Urban Decay Stoned eyeshadow palette. So before we start with the review, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to turn on your notifications so you guys can see my next video. So this is what the palette looks like. It's so beautiful. I mean, look at this, the crystal. I just wish I would have a crystal like this one. At the back we have just a little description of the eyeshadow palette and the expire date. So this eyeshadow palette will last you for 24 months. So this is what the palette looks like. You get a really good size mirror. The packaging is very sturdy, very firm. Really lovely packaging, beautiful colors. Like I said, there is 4 matte eyeshadows and 8 shimmery shades. They look amazing, and these shimmery shades are infused with real crystals. You get a double-sided makeup brush. So this eyeshadow palette retails for £46 and it's going to be available on the Urban UK website on the 1st of September, and on the 14th of September it's going to be launching nationwide. So by looking at the palette, I mean, it looks wonderful. It looks very suitable for every skin tone, and I mean, you can do a lot of makeup looks with this. The only problem that I have with this when I look at it is that I feel like it doesn't have enough matte shades to play around with. If you're just starting doing makeup, I wouldn't say it's a palette that I would recommend, just because I think you need more sort of a variety of colors, and this is kind of lacking that. I really love the names that they've chosen for each eyeshadow. The back of the palette, they do recommend using these shimmery shades with your finger when you apply them. This is very normal. A lot of the shimmery shades, you do need to pack them in for a very kind of intense look with your fingers rather than a makeup brush. So to be honest, in my opinion, I would have liked a little bit more matte shades, just because I'm looking at the palette and I'm just kind of wondering what am I gonna do. I don't feel like it has a very kind of good transition shade for me to start working with, and I would have loved for them to include kind of a transition shade. But this eyeshadow palette claims to be fallout free and it gives you good vibes only. So I can't wait to try this out. I'm actually gonna do a makeup look for you guys to kind of see how it turns out. I am actually going to start with this shade that is just so eye-catching, and as soon as I opened the palette I was like, I cannot wait to use this eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Ojo. Oh my god, when you dip your fingers in, it feels so kind of like a sponge, like, you know, like when you're touching a sponge, it feels really nice. And look at the color, oh my god, very intense, and I barely touched it. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this into the eyelid, and I'm just pressing it in. As I'm pressing, I do realize that these shimmers do have fallout. I don't know if you guys can see, but right there. I still have a little bit of the eyeshadow left. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to try to blend in the edges with my finger, just barely touching the rest. I'm kind of finding it tricky to get right in the inner corner just because I have long nails right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the makeup brush that comes with the eyeshadow palette, and I'm just going to press a little bit in, and it's barely getting any shadow. So I'm just gonna use that to get right here in the inner corner of the eye, giving me a settled application, which is good. If you were just to use the brush, it will work. From here, I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade right here, which is Antidote, which is this peachy shade right here. Now, I do notice that the matte shade right here has fallout, because as soon as I touch it like this, I can see some fallout. However, I don't see any fallout on my skin right here, so that is good, but I do see some fallout right here from the shimmery shade. I'm gonna be using my E32 by Sigma, and I'm gonna get this one right here, which is called Third Eye. And I'm going to apply this right here at the outer corner of the eye, just to darken it a little bit here. And then I'm just gonna take my blending brush to blend this in. And this one doesn't have any fallout. It's very blendable. I really like it. Okay, so I'm happy with that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take Opal Aura. Oh my god, look how pretty that is. I'm gonna apply it right in the middle to keep it kind of more light. I am loving how this looks because it kind of looks like a wet look. It looks really pretty, and I haven't used a blue eyeshadow in a long time. So now I'm gonna use an eyeliner. I'm gonna be using the Roller Liner by Benefit. So I'm gonna go back to the Opal Aura, and I'm gonna use a kind of a pointy brush to put it in the teardrop. And I'm gonna take that right in the brow bone as well. And I'm using a brush because I don't want this to be super intense. Okay, so let's do the bottom lash line, and I'm gonna be using the shade Jade. I'm gonna take my E32 again. Actually, I'm gonna use my pinky. And in the outer corner, I'm gonna use this one, which is called Hanks, right here, to darken it a little bit, just here at the outer corner. That looks so beautiful. It's kind of giving me Christmas vibes. So I'm gonna finish off the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna put some false lashes, and I'll tell you guys my final thoughts. So this is the finished look. I love how my eye look looks. I really like this palette. The only problem that I have with this is that it claims to be an eyeshadow palette without any fallout, and it's not true. There is a lot of fallout on the shimmery shades, so I would recommend doing your eyes first and then doing your complexion. With the matte shades, I didn't have any problems. I was able to blend them in really nicely. They didn't have any fallout. However, they do have fallout once you touch them with the makeup brush, but otherwise when you're applying them to your eyes, they don't have any fallout. They're very blendable, they are highly pigmented, and this eyeshadow palette, it's so beautiful, it's very pretty. However, I don't know if I would personally buy it, just because, like I said, I wish it had more matte shades. I feel like certain shades don't sort of go with it. I love that the palette has good size mirror, beautiful packaging, and that's all there is to it. If you guys would like me to do another makeup look using this palette, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Mwah.